Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to be learning about the C language from the scratch. So these series are for those of people who doesn't really know anything about the C language, and we're going to be discussing the C language and trying to make it easy for you guys to understand the logic and the concepts. So it's going to be from the scratch. So before we really dig into the real program of C language, we need to have to know about some rules and regulations that you are supposed to follow when you're doing a C program. And there are also some limitations of the C language that you must consider. So it's really basic, and you should, if you really want to have a really strong foundation before you really directly dig into the C language, so you should know about sim theory and how C works, and what are different rules that comes under the C language. Okay, so C is a programming language, and by programming language it actually means that it's a language that helps you convey your message or your instruction to the computers to conduct. So it's a language that really helps the computer understand what kind of command do you want the computer to do. Okay, so that's why we call it a programming language, and there are tons of different programming language, but C is one of the most popular and really well known and easy to really cope up with. Okay, so it was developed at the AT&T's Bell Laboratories of USA at the year 1972. So Dennis Ritchie is the founder of the C language. Okay, so getting started with C. Okay, just like any other language, like you guys try to learn about, like the national language more specifically, so you doesn't really go directly into looking through the paragraphs and sentences of that language, right? So before you really learn a new language, so you have to look through its alphabets first, and then try to recollect those alphabets and try to make a meaningful words out of it. And then there's the connection, or you can say like a pile of different words to make sentences, and then a pile of sentences makes a paragraph. So the same goes for the C language. Like for alphabets, in comparison, here we have alphabets, digits, and special symbols or characters, you can say. Okay, so it's the same as alphabets of learning any other language. Same goes for C, but it's like digits. You have to know about digits, special symbols, and some alphabets that we're going to be discussing later on. Okay, then in comparison to words, we have constants, variables, and some keywords that are super necessary for you guys to know about, because it's one of the base of the really good C language. Okay, so if you want to know a really good foundation of the C language, so you should know about these things as well that we're going to be discussing. And then we have, in comparison of sentences, instructions. That's the main part of the C language, that you are instructing your computer to do this, to do that, and to do this, and do this under some conditions. We're going to be discussing all that later on. And then we have a paragraphs. In comparison to paragraph, we have the whole program of C language. Okay, so I hope you just understood this table. If you really didn't, so you can just like pause a video or rewatch what I've said, and I hope that you will know about it. Okay, so getting started with the character set. Okay, this character set is like super important. Like I think and I believe that if you don't know about the character set, then you're gonna face a lot of confusions later on. So you really need a foundation for learning anything new. You should know the basics, you should know how it's working, the logic, the concept. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So alphabets, okay. You guys know what alphabets are, and there are capital alphabets like capital A, B, and so on up till Z. And then we have small a, small b, and up till so on. Okay, and then we have digits, like 1, 2, 3, and including 0. So these are the digits that we use in C program. It's basically a characters that, like, what characters can you use in your C program. Then we have some special symbols that you can use. Okay, in C program, let me just make this clear to you guys that every single dot, even a dot is just like a nothing, but it means a lot. Like a semicolon, I can say, or just a colon, it means a lot in the C program. So we're going to be discussing that all later on. And for those of you guys wondering what these numbers are, so if you guys don't know, obviously most of you guys won't know about it because, I'm starting from scratch, right? So these are the ASCII values. For those of you who don't know what ASCII values are, it's a table that really has values for each number, for starting from 0 towards up to 127. Let me show you the table. So this is the ASCII table. So it's not necessary to remember the table, but you should have at least an idea about the ASCII table. So like in ASCII table, 0 has the value of null, 1 has the so, and all that stuff. Look, here we are talking about like from 65 to 90, we have capital alphabets. Let's check that out. 65. Here we go. Okay, look, 65 is capital A, 66 capital B, 67 capital C, and so on. And then we have small letters, small alphabets from small a, small b, small c, small d 400, and up to 122. So here we go, from 97 to 122. Then we have digits from 48 to 57, and as you can see here, like from 48 up till 57. And then we have special characters from 0 to 47, and then 52, 58 to 64, and then so on, like this. So if you ASCII table can really help you out during your program, and then we're gonna discuss about the applications of the ASCII table later on. Okay.